Hey everyone, how's it going? Cloud here, and welcome to my guide on the Crocodile Tears quest. Now, for this quest you need the following requirements. You must have completed these quests: the Jack of Spades, which was the prequel quest, also Spirits of the Elid, Missing My Mummy, and Dealing with Scabarus. You're also going to need a rank 3 overall Menaphos Reputation, and I'll talk about that in a few moments, how you can sort of go about obtaining that easily. You also need to have brought Leela to Senliten's tomb. Now, a lot of you might not have done that, so I'll show you how to go about doing that, as some of you may be able to do the quest but haven't actually done that bit, so it won't be active until you've done so. You're also going to need these skills: level 73 Hunter, which can be boosted, level 72 Fishing, level 47 Woodcutting, and level 30 Agility. And you're also going to need to fight a level 108 Ukunduka. I don't know how you pronounce that name, but yeah, level 108. So regarding the Menaphos Reputation, the easiest way to increase your rank is you can use this thing called the Soul Obelisk, which randomly spawns across Menaphos and allows you to basically siphon energy from it at the cost of your life points over time. Now there is a clan chat, or clan chat, whatever you call it, where you can join, and people basically post where the locations are on each world. You can get about 20,000 reputation points from it a day, so that should help boost up in order for you to be able to do this quest. And you're going to need higher ranks for the other sequel quests as well, so I'll post the details of those in the video description below. Now, the only actual required items you will need is a rope and a cat or kitten. However, there are other items that you will need, but you have to gather them during the quest. If you bring them with you beforehand, they won't be accepted. And then these are the sort of recommended items. So you're going to need good weapon and armour and food for the boss fight. However, I would highly recommend going for a ranged style attack against the boss, as there's a little area where you can get entrapped, and I'll explain that when you get up to the quest bit itself. And also regarding food, this boss can actually consume your food, so I would recommend bringing Saradomin Brews and Super Restore potions that don't actually class as food but can then still be used to heal you, and that basically stops him being able to eat your food supply. Other items I recommend: if you have the Pharoh Sceptre, that will make it easy to access the agility pyramid later on, and the Desert Amulet 2 or higher in order to teleport to Nadar. Either a Waterskin or Enchanted Water Tiara to survive desert heat, and also Explorer's Ring or Super Energy Potions to help restore run energy, as there's a little bit later on where you need to do a lot of running in a short period of time. But yeah, once again, all of those listed items and requirements will be in the video description below. Anyways, that's it for requirements and items. Now onto the quest starting point. So to start the actual quest, you need to go speak to Senliten, who is the Pharoh Queen that you basically free from the Missing My Mummy quest. However, as I mentioned, you also need to have brought Leela to Senliten's tomb in order to actually make it become active. So that is also a requirement for the quest Do No Evil. So if you've completed that quest, you will have Leela in the tomb already. If you haven't, what you need to do is, when you finish the Missing My Mummy quest to 100%, you need to go back to Drainer Village and go find Leela, who is north of the Drainer Jail, and then speak to her, and basically you'll go through some dialogue, and then she'll agree to go to Senliten's tomb to meet with the Pharoh Queen, and then from that point you'll then find her inside next to the Pharoh Queen. So once you've done that, that requirement should then be crossed out, and you should be able to start the quest itself. So as I said, the quest is to start by going to speak to the Pharoh Queen in her temple. So the easiest way to get there, if you have the Desert Amulet 2, you can teleport to Nadar, and it's just a short walk from there. If not, you can use the Bandit Camp lodestone and then head to Polnaviak from there and use a magic carpet or any sort of similar method, fairy rings, etc. But I'll speak to you once you're inside the pyramid or temple. So when you're inside, talk to Senliten and ask her about the Crocodile Tears quest and the minor god Krondis, and she'll direct you to Jagex and the Sphinx in Sophanum for further information. So Jagex can be found just inside of Sophanum near the gate, and the Sphinx is just south from him. So quickest way to get there, if you've unlocked the Menaphos lodestone, you can teleport straight there and then get asked at the gate to take them into Sophanum, or you can just choose to take Magic Carpet Ride to Sophanum from where you are now, but I'll speak to you once you're there. So as I said, Jagex can be found just near the gate, and the Sphinx will be located slight distance away from him. Now the Sphinx will only speak to you if you have your cat or kitten out at the time following you, and what you need to do is go through all the dialogue with both of them relating to Krondis, and make sure you click each option. So once you've gone through all the dialogue, we now need to return to Senliten's tomb and talk to the Pharoh Queen, so head back there the same way you did to start the quest. So when you speak to her, you now have to restore the modesty of the crocodiles, and should therefore locate Krondis and resolve whatever the problem may be. Taking a relic given to Senliten by Krondis might help, as it helped her find water in the desert when she needed it. So the relic can be found by first off exiting the temple, so if you speak to Leela she'll take you back out, and then re-enter but choose the explore option and not directly being taken to the Pharoh Queen. After entering the temple, if you head north you can then find the stone ship, and then if you click it you'll lose it for the relic. So using the relic is like doing a compass clue from treasure trails to go in the direction that the arrow is pointing until you get a chat message. So the locations where it points you to are all the same, so I'll talk you through them. So it will first point you towards the Oasis just northwest of the temple, so you want to be heading that direction now. So when you reach that location, it should update itself and your character will make a comment, and it will now be pointing to the next area. So the second Oasis is located on the Camel Warriors Island, which is just east of Sophanum. So head that way, whichever way is easier. And then the final one, once again your character's made the comment about it not being the right location, is in the Bedouin camp, which is north of the bandit camp lodestone. So head that way and then head in that direction. So once you've been to all three, your character will comment about speaking to Senliten, and then we need to return to her again in the temple to get advice on what to do. So she will realise that the rod relic has to be attuned to Krondis before it can locate her, and for this you have to go to the Elid Elementals at the source of the Elid River. The relic will then grant you access to the dwelling, and you'll recall going there in the Spirits of the Elid quest, so it's just behind Dominion Tower. So if you have the option to teleport to Dominion Tower, do so. If not, it's just a short walk north from where you are now, and I'll have it marked on a mini-map. So when you're there, climb the waterfall on the northern side of Dominion Tower and then go find the Elid Elementals. Want to go through all the dialogue and you'll then find your rod relic charge and now able to locate Krondis, and this will point you towards the southwest of the port district of Menaphos. So what you need to do now is teleport to the Menaphos lodestone and then head to the port district from there, and we need to go find Portmaster Kags. So when you speak to him, it will give you the option to go to Krondus's pyramid, and then you want to enter. So you'll now be in the presence of Krondus, a crocodile goddess, and you want to talk to the high priest, who quietly tries to warn you about the goddess's change in behaviour. Krondus will insist that hungry crocodiles are nothing new, and that she would fancy a snack whether it be human or not. And she'll now ask you for a list of items. As I mentioned at the beginning part of this quest, you can't obtain these items early, otherwise she'll say they're not fresh enough, so you have to actually go and get these yourself once she asks you to. So first, the priest will suggest you get some fresh beltfish, which we caught at the port district of Menaphos. So we're going to go head that way now. So if you go back to the port via the guy who just took you, and then you'll find the fishing spot. You will need some fishing bait in order to obtain it, unless you have the dwarven fish extractor, which doesn't require it. So once you have a beltfish, you want to head back to the pyramid to give it to her. So Krondus will now request some toothpicks to get the fish out of her teeth in the form of 2 Acadia logs, and these can be cut in Menaphos' Imperial District. So again, you can just teleport back to the lodestone, that's probably the quickest option. Head into the Western District, which is the Imperial, and then you want to cut down 2 trees to get 2 of the Acadia logs, and then again return these to Krondus. So Krondus will now request a new top for her pyramid, and she'll want 4 of these, and we'll mention about the agility pyramid. So to get these, we need to head to the agility pyramid and complete 4 laps of it to obtain the pyramid top. So this will take a little while. So the pyramid can be reached quickly with either the Desert Amulet 4 or the Pharoh Sceptre if you have it. If not, head in that direction whichever way you can. And then what you'll have to do is obviously just keep navigating around the pyramid all the way to the top until you get to the part where you can climb up and get a pyramid top. Then you'll have to go back down to the bottom and do that again until you have all 4. So this will take a few moments, so I'll speak to you in a moment. So once you have all 4 pyramid tops, return to Krondus to give them to her. So Krondus will now request 8 plover birds to use as toothpicks, as the logs didn't work, and plover birds can be found in Sophanum, just south of the Temple of Ichclarim. So the quickest way to get to there is to teleport back to the Menaphos lodestone, ask to be taken through the gate, and then if you head in that direction and turn south, you'll find the hunter area. So plover birds are caught in deadfall traps requiring logs, which can be obtained from the palm trees on the shore. So what you can be doing is obviously setting one trap up. You don't need any bait or anything, and while you're waiting for a plover bird to be caught, you can be chopping down another log ready, and then keep going through this process until you have all 8. So once you have all 8 plover birds, return to Crondis once again, and then she'll eat them and use their bones as toothpicks. So Crondis will now request 16 croc ices, which can be bought from Rocker in Nardar, the ice cream man. Now the croc ices must be delivered to her without the use of teleportation, otherwise they'll turn into chocolatey goop. So what you're going to need to do is basically travel all the way to her pyramid in Menaphos without teleportation to give them to her, but as you start navigating, your character will begin eating them. So the more inventory space you can give yourself, the better. The boss fight is just after this, but you can choose to not go through the dialogue properly in order to prepare, but you'll probably be able to do this in 2 trips, which is what I did. So first off, head to Nardar, just bring whatever essentials you do need, and then I'll speak to you when you're ready. So as I said, once you collect the croc ices, your character will start eating them every sort of like 10-15 seconds. Now the quickest way to get back to the Crondis pyramid, or temple, whatever you want to call it, is the use of magic carpet, using the surge ability, and also using the quick travel options within Menaphos, using the shifting tombs. So what you want to do is buy your croc ices. As soon as you've done them, head to the nearby carpet guy and fast travel to Polnaviac. As soon as you see your character landing, right click the magic carpet guy again and get ready to select fast travel as soon as you land, and then choose to go to Menaphos. Once there, go through the main gate, and then if you head to where the little dungeon entrance is, which is one of the entrances to Shifting Tombs, right click it and get it to take you to the port district. Obviously then run down to the portmaster, get him to take you to the Crondis pyramid, and then go and speak to her. And as soon as you start going through the dialogue, your character will give her whatever croc ices you've brought, and again using the surge ability throughout all that will help navigate quicker. So you've got to give 16 in total, but it doesn't have to be in 1 trip, so I think I managed to do mine in 2 trips, so you do it whichever way you like. So once you've successfully given it all 16, Crondis will then request another 32 croc ices, but this time, instead of agreeing to her, repeatedly refuse, and eventually she'll spit up some corruption. However, when she spits up the corruption, that will be the boss fight. So if you need to prepare for the boss fight, if you just stay silent, it will allow you to go to the bank before proceeding, and then if you come back when ready, you'll carry on with that dialogue. So either way, once you've prepared and you've refused enough time, she'll then spit up some corruption, which will take the form of Ukunduka. I don't know how I'm going to pronounce that. Basically a giant crocodile monster, and he will fight with 75,000 life points and uses both melee and ranged combat styles. Now you can stand next to the stairs to trap the crocodile, and then it will only attack with range, and then you can obviously use your relevant prayers. Now it devours food from the first slot in your inventory from time to time, healing itself. Now as I mentioned at the beginning of this quest, if you make sure you bring things like Saradomin, Brews and super restore potions, you can use them to heal yourself, and then use the restore potion to restore your drained stats, and that will basically allow you to keep healing. Also apparently by hiding behind the stairs and attacking with range or magic will avoid his food stealing attack, but it's probably best just to go with the Saradomin Brew method just to be safer. And basically you just want to keep attacking him while he's trapped, using the relevant protection prayers and just healing from time to time, and other than that he's a pretty easy boss to defeat, so just keep doing that method until he's defeated. So after defeating the crocodile spawn, speak with the high priest and Crondis again, and they'll both go through some dialogue and thank you, and then you want to return to Senliten. So upon arrival, a cutscene will play in which Osmond and Leela will argue over whose plan to free the people of Menaphos is better. Osmond leaves, telling you to meet him at some point in the future, and then what you want to do is speak to Senliten to finish the quest. So after speaking to her, another cutscene will play showing Jabari informing the Pharoh that Amuskut's hold over Krondys has been removed, and they discuss increasing the payments to the bandits to keep citizens fearful inside the city, and have plans to replace the Menaphite Pantheon. And after the cutscene, it will come up, congratulations, you completed Crocodile Tears quest. You're awarded 1 quest point, 35,000 fishing and hunter experience, 15,000 agility and woodcutting experience. You'll now have immunity from the desert heat, so you won't need the Enchanted Water Tiara or Waterskins ever again. You'll be fine all the time. A relic of Krondys, which gives you 5,500 reputation within the faction of Menaphos of your choice, so if you give that to one of the faction leaders, you'll receive that. 2 treasure hunter keys and 2 hearts of ice. So there we go, quest complete. So overall, not a really difficult quest, a bit lengthy. The part where you have to go around obtaining all the items is a little bit similar to One Small Favour. Like I said, they've done it so you can't prepare yourself with the items, you have to go and obtain them actually once they've been requested. Now there is an additional reward and activity, which is accessing Krondys' tomb, which will give you 20,000 constitution experience, a Krondys mask and weapon. So in order to find that, you will need to have level 80 constitution, and the tomb can be reached by finding the entrance within Krondys' pyramid. So if you go back to Krondys' pyramid in the main sort of hall where she resides, you'll see the option to swim through an underwater tunnel. There's like a bubbling bit in the water, and like I said, it requires level 80 constitution to enter. When you enter the tomb for the first time, you'll be rewarded with the experience, and then you'll find Krondys' mask and weapon nearby to collect. So yeah, if you have the level requirement, it's worth doing, because obviously easy bit of XP, and also it'll be a requirement for the Master Quest Cape and Completionist Cape. But yeah, overall, pretty decent quest, fairly good experience, reward, and obviously the immunity from the desert heat's pretty handy. You don't ever have to worry about that again. And obviously this quest is required for the sequel quest, Our Man in the North, which I will do a guide on soon, and we'll have that uploaded, and if you need that, you'll find that in the video description below. But yeah, I don't think you'll get stuck following my guide. However, if you do run into any problems, leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll help you out as best I can. If not, thank you for watching. Please make sure you like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to share with your friends. Thanks everyone, bye bye.